We live in a world where reality often dares to defy reason, where the laws of science falter in the face of the unexplainable. There are places on this earth that seem too surreal to be real, like figments born from dreams or legends. And yet, they exist. A boiling river hidden deep in the jungle, a mountain that pierces the heavens, a sea without borders, a lake so dark and still it's called the Devil's Pool. These are not myths, they are real-world enigmas. In these forgotten corners of the earth, the line between what is and what shouldn't be begins to blur. They challenge our knowledge, unravel our certainty, and awaken a sense of wonder we thought we'd lost. This is not just a journey across strange landscapes, it's a journey into the unknown. These are 15 places so impossible they shouldn't exist, but they do. And now, they're waiting for you to discover them. The boiling river of the Amazon, Peru. Our journey begins not with a mythical cauldron or a man-made marvel, but with a real river. A river that boils. Deep in the heart of the Peruvian Amazon, hidden within the protected forest of Mayantuyacu, flows the Shane Timpishka. The name, given by local tribes, means boiled with the heat of the sun. But this is no metaphor. This river runs hot, scalding hot. Temperatures reach up to 93 degrees Celsius, nearly 200 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cause third-degree burns in seconds. If a small animal falls in, it doesn't crawl out. It dies, cooked alive. Unlike most thermal waters, this river isn't near any known volcano or tectonic fault line. Its source of heat remains a mystery. Some scientists believe geothermal activity deep below the Earth may be responsible. Others aren't so sure. Studies continue, theories swirl. But the truth is, no one fully understands it. Surrounded by lush rainforest and echoing with the chants of shamans, this boiling river is more than just a geological anomaly. It is a sacred place, a living paradox, a force that challenges the very foundations of what we think we know about nature. And it's there, silently steaming, waiting to be believed. The Sargasso Sea, the ocean with no shores. In complete contrast to the scalding river of the Amazon, the Sargasso Sea is a realm of stillness. A quiet place in the heart of the Atlantic Ocean. Mysterious not because of heat, but because of absence. This is the only sea in the world with no coastline. It touches no land. It's not held by continents or islands, but by currents. Powerful oceanic gyres form an invisible boundary, enclosing a sea within the sea itself. The result is an oceanic anomaly, a floating, self-contained world adrift in blue infinity. Here, thick mats of golden-brown sargassum seaweed drift endlessly. These tangled ribbons of life are no ordinary algae. They create a unique marine ecosystem, offering shelter, food, and camouflage to countless creatures, including a rare species of fish that has evolved to live only among this floating forest. Unlike the restless seas that surround it, the Sargasso Sea is eerily calm. Winds die, waves sleep, and silence reigns. Sailors have long feared this place, not because of danger, but because of disorientation. Time seems to slow. Compasses go numb. You are adrift, not just in water, but in mystery. It is a sea without shores, a boundary without borders, a secret space suspended in the middle of nowhere. And it feels as if the ocean is holding its breath. The Great Blue Hole, Belize. Off the coast of Belize, where coral reefs ripple beneath turquoise waters, a perfect circle opens into the deep. a vast, dark eye staring into Earth's geological past. This is the Great Blue Hole, one of the most mesmerizing natural sinkholes on the planet. From above, it looks almost unnatural, a flawless abyss carved into the sea, surrounded by the lighthouse reef, a ring of vibrant coral in stark contrast to the inky blue center. But this haunting beauty wasn't always underwater. Thousands of years ago, when sea levels were far lower, this was a dry cave system, an ancient cathedral of stone. Over time, the ceilings collapsed. Ocean swallowed the land, and what remained was a yawning vertical shaft, more than 400 feet deep. Divers who descend into its depths find more than just water. Stalactites and stalagmites still cling to the rock walls, silent markers of a time when this place was dry and echoing with air. Schools of nurse sharks glide past. Giant groupers linger in the shadows. It feels more like exploring a forgotten world than swimming in a sea. But beyond the beauty, this place holds scientific treasure. Encased within its submerged limestone columns is a record of Earth's climate history, millennia of change written in stone. Today, geologists and climatologists study these formations to understand how sea levels rose, how weather patterns shifted, and what our planet might face again. Now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Great Blue Hole is more than a natural wonder. It's a window into deep time, a reminder that the Earth is not static, and that beneath the surface, mysteries always remain. The moving rocks of Racetrack, Playa, Death Valley, USA. If the Great Blue Hole pulls you downward into the sea, then this next wonder draws you into the silence of the desert, where the earth itself seems to whisper, and the stones move on their own. Welcome to Racetrack, Playa, deep in Death Valley National Park, California, one of the most remote, arid places in the United States, and home to one of nature's most bizarre mysteries. Here across the cracked, sun-baked surface of a dry lake bed, heavy rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, have been found with long trails etched behind them, stretching for hundreds of feet across the ground. And yet, no one sees them move. There are no motors, no footprints, just silent, meandering tracks that snake across the playa like signatures in the sand, written by something unseen. For decades, scientists were baffled. Some called it witchcraft, others magnetic anomalies. The truth turned out to be stranger than fiction. In rare winters, a thin sheet of ice forms over the playa. When the sun rises and a gentle breeze rolls through, the melting ice acts like a slick runway. The rocks, caught between just the right amount of water and wind, begin to glide, slowly, quietly, leaving behind eerie trails in the soft sediment. But even with an explanation, the sight still haunts the mind. To witness something so solid drift, to stand in the stillness and see proof that even the heaviest things can move when conditions are just right. Racetrack Playa is a place where physics dances with illusion, and where nature reminds us that mystery doesn't always come from what we can't explain, but from what we barely notice. Magnetic Hill, Moncton, Canada. There's a place just outside Moncton, New Brunswick, that will leave your senses questioning everything. You drive up to a quiet stretch of road. The trees sway gently. The hills roll softly. You put your car in neutral, and suddenly it begins to roll uphill, or so it seems. Welcome to Magnetic Hill, a place where gravity plays tricks on the mind. At first glance, it looks like your car is defying physics, coasting upward against all logic. Locals smile knowingly, tourists stare in disbelief, and for a moment, you begin to wonder, what if the rules don't apply here? But the truth is more psychological than paranormal. This is an optical illusion, a masterpiece of natural misdirection. The layout of the surrounding landscape tricks your eyes and your brain. What looks like an incline is actually a gentle decline. The horizon is tilted just enough to fool your perception. And yet, even knowing the science doesn't take away the magic. Magnetic Hill continues to attract curious travelers from around the world. People drawn not just to the phenomenon, but to the feeling, the moment when certainty slips away, when up becomes down, when nature bends the way we think we see. And this strange illusion isn't limited to Moncton. Similar gravity hills can be found across the globe, from Electric Brae in Scotland to Confusion Hill in California and Gravity Hill in Pennsylvania. Each one a reminder that sometimes the world doesn't need to change, only your perspective does. The Sea of Stars, Vaadhoo Island, Maldives. Imagine standing at the edge of the ocean, but instead of looking up to see the stars, you look down, and they're there, shimmering beneath your feet. On the remote shores of Vaadhoo Island in the Maldives, something extraordinary happens when night falls. The calm, dark waters begin to glow, as if the stars themselves have descended from the heavens to dance across the sea. Each wave that laps the sand ignites with a soft, ethereal blue light. The shoreline sparkles, your footprints shimmer. The world around you feels like a dream, painted in light. This surreal beauty is not magic, but life. Tiny organisms known as bioluminescent phytoplankton, specifically dinoflagellates, emit light when disturbed by motion. As the tides move, they flicker to life, creating a living galaxy that responds to every ripple, every splash, every whisper of the sea. It's a moment that dissolves the boundary between sky and ocean. To walk here at night is to step through a portal, into a realm where nature reveals just how delicate and yet how powerful it can be. For travelers lucky enough to witness it, the Sea of Stars is not just a spectacle, it's an emotion, one that lingers long after the lights fade. A glowing shoreline under a velvet sky, a place where wonder is no longer above us, but all around us. Mount Roraima, the Lost World Plateau. Have you ever reached the end of a long, exhausting journey, only to feel underwhelmed by the destination? Mount Roraima is not that place. Straddling the borders of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, this majestic mountain rises like a fortress from the depths of time. Part of the ancient Pacaraima Range, Roraima is no ordinary peak. It's a monument carved by eternity. Its massive vertical cliffs soar hundreds of meters into the clouds, forming sheer rock walls that seem almost too perfect to be natural. But the real wonder lies above. The summit, an isolated tabletop nearly 31 square kilometers wide, looks like an island floating in the sky. Flat, mysterious, timeless. What awaits at the top is another world entirely. Up here, evolution has taken its own path. Crystalline pools shimmer in the silence. Strange rock formations twist into surreal shapes. And bizarre plants, found nowhere else on Earth, thrive in this isolated ecosystem, untouched by the outside world. It's no wonder this place inspired the legend of the Lost World. To stand atop Mount Roraima is to feel as though you've stepped back into prehistoric Earth, or perhaps forward into something otherworldly. This isn't just a destination, it's a revelation. A journey to Mount Roraima is demanding, but what it gives back is beyond anything imagination could offer. It reminds us that there are still places on this planet that remain sacred, surreal, and beautifully untouched. The Devil's Kettle, Minnesota, USA. In the forests of northern Minnesota, A river splits in two. One half tumbles down the rocks like any ordinary waterfall. The other half disappears. At Devil's Kettle, nestled within Judge C.R. Magny State Park, the Brule River does something no river should. It vanishes into a mysterious hole carved into solid rock, and no one truly knows where it goes. Scientists have tried. They poured dye into the water, dropped ping pong balls, even used GPS trackers, but nothing ever emerges. The water plunges into the earth and never returns. It's as if the planet swallows it whole. For decades, theories have swirled. Is there a hidden underground river system? A vast network of volcanic tubes? Or something deeper? Something we haven't yet imagined? While some recent studies suggest a possible re-emergence point downstream, the exact path the water takes remains unknown. Nature, it seems, is keeping its secret. But Devil's Kettle is more than a geological riddle. It's a place that feels alive, where the woods seem to lean in closer, where the air is quieter, heavier, where science meets silence. To stand before that swirling hole is to confront the limits of understanding. It reminds us that even in a world mapped by satellites and scanned by sonar, there are still places that won't yield to reason, places that simply swallow your questions. Rainbow Mountain, Peru. Do you like rainbows? Of course you do. Who doesn't feel a little wonder when colors stretch across the sky after a storm? But what if that rainbow wasn't in the sky? What if it was carved into the earth itself? High in the Peruvian Andes, there exists a mountain so surreal, so vivid, it feels like a dream painted onto the land. Locals call it Vinicunca, but the world knows it simply as Rainbow Mountain. Stripes of red, gold, green, and violet ripple across its slopes like nature's own brushstrokes. These colors aren't the work of magic, but of time. Over millions of years, layers of sediment and mineral-rich soil were pushed skyward by tectonic forces, then sculpted by wind, rain, and ice. Iron created the reds, copper brought the greens, sulfur gave us yellow. The result is one of the rarest geological wonders on Earth. But Rainbow Mountain is more than just a feast for the eyes. It holds deep spiritual meaning for the indigenous Quechua people. The mountain lies along a sacred pilgrimage route once walked by ancient civilizations, believed to connect the heavens to the land. Even today, hikers follow in their footsteps, not just to reach a summit, but to reconnect with something larger than themselves. To stand before Vinicunca is to witness Earth's raw palette, formed by fire, carved by time, blessed by culture. It's not just a mountain, it's a living canvas. The Zone of Silence, northern Mexico. From the radiant slopes of Rainbow Mountain, we descend into a very different place. A place where color fades and silence becomes unsettling. Welcome to the Zone of Silence. Hidden deep within the barren deserts of northern Mexico, this 50-kilometer-wide region defies understanding. It's a stretch of land where radios fail, GPS devices lose their way, and compasses spin wildly, as if unsure of where north even is. Here, communication is broken, navigation becomes guesswork, and silence doesn't just describe the sound, it describes the feeling. This strange electromagnetic void has puzzled scientists for decades. Is it a natural anomaly, a geomagnetic disturbance, or something else entirely? Local legends go much further. Over the years, countless reports have emerged of strange lights darting across the sky, UFO sightings, inexplicable aerial phenomena, orbs of glowing energy that seem to appear from nowhere. Witnesses speak of feeling watched, followed, or inexplicably drawn deeper into the desert. Despite multiple investigations, no conclusive explanation has ever been found. The zone of silence remains a riddle, a stretch of earth that seems to reject technology and cling to mystery. It's the kind of place where logic weakens and the unknown steps closer. And if you ever find yourself here, be warned. It's not the quiet that gets to you. It's what might be hiding within it. The Hessdalen Lights, Norway. Tucked away in a quiet valley of central Norway lies a place where the night holds secrets. Since the early 1980s, visitors to Hessdalen Valley have reported seeing strange lights in the sky, hovering, pulsing, and sometimes darting silently above the land. They appear as glowing orbs, some the size of basketballs, others much larger, floating just above the ground or soaring across the mountaintops. They shimmer in brilliant colors, white, yellow, red, even blue, and they move with intent, as if guided by something we cannot see or understand. The phenomenon is unpredictable. The lights can appear for days in a row, then vanish for weeks, only to return without warning. There is no schedule, no pattern, only mystery. Scientists have studied the Hessdalen lights for decades. Some theories suggest ionized gas created by natural radioactive decay in the valley's geology. Others point to plasma created by friction between tectonic plates. And still, some wonder aloud, could this be something not of this world? No explanation has ever been universally accepted, and that's part of what makes Hessdalen so captivating. Here, in a peaceful Nordic valley where time seems to slow, the sky occasionally whispers reminders that we still don't know everything. That wonder and even fear can still live in the darkness. If you're lucky enough to witness it, the Hessdalen light won't just illuminate the night, it will awaken your imagination. The Eternal Flame Falls, New York, USA. Hidden within the serene landscapes of Chestnut Ridge Park in western New York, there is a place where two ancient elements, water and fire, share the same breath. At first glance, Eternal Flame Falls looks like any gentle cascade trickling over mossy stone. But look closer, and you'll see it, a flicker, a flame, dancing inside the waterfall. Tucked within a small grotto beneath the flowing water, a natural gas leak seeps from deep underground. When this gas meets the open air, it ignites. A tiny, steady flame that burns continuously, rain or shine, wind or snow. No human hand lights it, no storm can extinguish it. The flame is fed by an ancient fault line where organic material trapped in shale has decayed for eons, releasing gas through cracks in the Earth's crust. Scientists have studied the area, intrigued by the flame's resilience and the purity of the gas. Yet many questions remain unanswered. Why here? Why does it burn so cleanly? What geological forces keep it alive? And still, it burns. Eternal Flame Falls isn't just a quirky natural oddity, it's a symbol. A warm glow cradled in cold water. A reminder that opposites can coexist. That nature often writes her poetry not in silence, but in paradox. To stand before this eternal flame is to feel the quiet awe of a world that still holds wonder, a secret fire kept alive by the earth itself. Eisriesenwelt, the world of ice giants, Austria. High in the majestic Teninga Mountains of Austria lies a world, carved in silence and frozen in time. Its name means World of the Ice Giants, Eisriesenwelt. And once you step inside, you'll understand why. This is the largest ice cave on Earth, stretching more than 40 kilometers into the mountain's heart. But it's not just its scale that leaves visitors in awe. It's what lies within. Inside, colossal walls of ice rise like frozen cathedrals. Crystal clear formations shimmer under soft torchlight, twisting into shapes sculpted not by artists, but by wind, water, and time. As you descend deeper, you don't just walk through a cave. You pass through a labyrinth of frozen wonder, where each step reveals a new miracle of ice and stone. The atmosphere is surreal. You breathe cold, ancient air. Your footsteps echo through vaulted chambers. The light flickers off massive sheets of ice, casting glows of blue and silver. It's as if you've entered a realm untouched by life, and yet alive in its stillness. And despite decades of exploration, Eisriesenwelt still holds secrets. Scientists continue to study its formation and the fragile ecosystem that manages to survive within its harsh, frozen belly. But for most who visit, it's not science that stays with them. It's the feeling that we are small, that nature is vast, and that in a world so chaotic, there still exist places where time stands still, and giants made of ice guard stories yet untold. The Bermuda Triangle, Atlantic Ocean. Of all the world's strange and unsettling places, none have captured the imagination quite like this one. The Bermuda Triangle, a vast stretch of ocean bordered by Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico, has become a name whispered in both awe and fear. For decades, ships and aircraft have vanished here without explanation. No distress signals, no wreckage, just silence. And so began the legends. Some say it's the result of magnetic anomalies, distortions in Earth's magnetic field that disrupt compasses and confuse navigation. Others blame methane hydrates erupting from the ocean floor, creating bubbles so vast and violent they could swallow a ship whole, without a trace. But the theories don't stop there. There are those who believe the Bermuda Triangle is a portal, an area linked to extraterrestrial activity, or perhaps the last remnants of a sunken civilization, like Atlantis, cloaked beneath the waves. Skeptics argue it's all coincidence, that modern science and improved tracking have explained most of the disappearances. And indeed, technology has begun to lift some of the fog. Fewer vessels go missing now, more data exists. And yet, the allure remains. Because it's not just about facts, it's about what we don't know. The Bermuda Triangle represents the edge of the map, the space where reason fades and mystery begins. And as long as the sea keeps secrets, we'll keep searching for answers beneath the surface.